In this episode, we take a boat to Pulau Ubin to eat the best old-fashioned lontong in Singapore.
See how you can spray graffiti and not get caught.
Watch out for dinosaurs made of hundreds of thousands of parts.
Learn how to paint amazing flowers inside jelly.
For many Singaporeans and tourists, a visit to Pulau Ubin is a chance to get some exercise, a walk in the jungle or a bicycle ride through it.
Away from the cars, buses and MRT and into the jungle and smell of nature. The Japanese call it Shinrin Yoku or forest bathing. But it's not just about being in the forest, but rather experiencing the forest and allowing it to become a balm for peace of mind and emotion.
Just thinking about it already helps me relax. Oh, did you know that that's where our granite came from back in the 60s and 70s? In fact, the name Pulau Ubin actually means Granite Island in Malay.
And there's also a legend about it, you know? 3 animals from Singapore mainland, a frog, a pig and an elephant challenge each other to see who would reach Johor first. And the one that failed would be turned into stone. So all 3 failed. The elephant and the pig turned into Ubin, whilst the frog gave its name to Pulau Sekudu or Frog Island.
Well, CityJo Bruce and Chris hop onto a boat to Pulau Ubin to track down the last coffee shop on the island serving a special dish known as Ubin Lontong.
What's up, Singapore? You have heard about endangered tortoises and tigers. But have you ever heard about this endangered dish called the Ubin Lontong? I'm now on my way to Pulau Ubin to try this dish, the only one left. Walking along this jetty sure triggers a lot of memories from days of old, when I was a lot younger and things were much simpler and less complicated. What's up, guys? Welcome to Pulau Ubin! Woo! Once upon a time, there were more than 3,000 families in Ubin, but now there are only 38 left. Also, the recipe is from the mother?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything all from the mother.
Okay.
Last time, still young, help her mother to cook and sell.
Okay.
So she mastered already.
Ooh! And that recipe from the mother. This cup was born and bred here.
Correct.
For them?
For them,
Since when?
I 21.
Oh, 21 they're selling it?
Yes, sir.
4 already.
54. 54, wow, more than 30 years. So you took over from them now. One lontong, one mee siam, one mee rebus. Okay, one, 2, 3, 4.
Nasi campur we don't sell. Nasi campur.
Nasi campur with this.
Okay, seriously, one question. You are the one that took everything down here.
Correct.
He did not help you.
No,
My
I'm
God!
the boss, man.
Walao eh.
I'm the boss, take money.
She cooked. He didn't help. How nice of him.
If you really miss your golden days in school, this is a place to come. Where's the lontong, where's the mee rebus, where the mee siam is totally like a school dish. It's really delicious. Power.
Ubin Lontong! And here today with me is none other than CityJo Chris. Okay, he and I are going to do the ultimate taste test.
Yes.
So Chris, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
Come on,
let's go.
begin, man.
Okay, first let's try the lemak and see.
Okay.
Okay, with the chili or without the chili?
Without the chili, I'll get
Okay.
the original taste. Okay.
That's nice.
Wait, I need more.
Okay. Okay. So what is different about this lemak is, I think it's a tad less sweet from those we find in mainland Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit more milky.
Yeah, milky. Correct. Okay, now let's add a bit of chili. I thought the sambal is siatakong, no?
Serious.
Seriously.
Wait. I'm gonna try the sambal on its own. There it is.
Ooh.
Sambal on its own.
Maybe here, right?
Sambal is good.
Hey,
Sambal is good.
the sambal is very good. Hey, sambal is good.
Bye.
Hey, what?
I got it.
Chris and I tried the mee rebus, mee siam, and nasi lemak, which tasted just as good and old school as the lontong. Time and tide waits for no man. Today's trip has taught me to enjoy the things and people that are around me. Because in the end, all that's left are only memories. This is Bruce for Singapore One.
Those two guys are really characters. I love seeing them together. They always seem to be quite ready for some kind of mischief.
Well, talking about mischief, this brings us to our next story. It could be something that Chris and Bruce would love to do, I'm sure. Graffiti.
Wow, I thought you can only do that in New York, but not in Singapore.
Well, it turns out that you can. There's one place in Singapore where you can go to spray to your heart's content. It's called Heaven Spot. Here's CityJo Leo getting in touch with the creative vandal in all of us. Bruce and Chris, this is definitely for you.
Do you want to create graffiti without getting into trouble with Singapore law? Follow me and let's get dirty! Welcome to Heaven Spot. Located inside an industrial building at Potong Pasir, Heaven Spot is Singapore's first graffiti warehouse. With the country's stiff penalties on vandalism, this is a safe, creative space for you, whether you are artistic or not. Heaven Spot is a graffiti term that refers to places that are difficult to reach, like rooftops. I spoke with Douglas Koh, one of the owners, and asked how this concept came about.
So there was one day that me and Victor were kind of bored, and then we always had this interest in graffiti as well. So we found some forklift pallets and then we brought it back to his house and decided to start spraying. After doing that, we realized that there isn't a place in Singapore where you can experience this, and we decided that we wanted to open a conducive and welcoming environment for people to give a try at the medium. Heaven Spot is what we term as a graffiti warehouse. So what we do here is we allow people to come in and experience graffiti firsthand, legally. Yeah. So the main concern with Singapore, I think, is because it's very restrictive. People don't really get to access the medium or even try it out. The main way you can book a session with us is you go online, go to our website, heavenspot.sg.com, and over there you will find our various packages. We have a color palette that is of 12 colors that we have, from some of which you might see behind me. And everybody that comes to this space is allowed to choose 2 cans from this color palette.
Being a newbie, I needed a crash course, and Douglas showed me basic techniques.
So after shaking all your cans for about 30 seconds each, you generally just want to spray the air and make sure it comes out straight. So these are super fine lines, and once the moment you want to increase your stroke width, right, you put in some distance and press a little bit harder. So it's the opposite of what I did over here. So this will give me a medium stroke. Yeah. And I can give it like extremely thick strokes if I pull it back even further. But of course there's a limit to this distance. So usually it's about here. Yeah, and I can do. Yeah, or else it starts to fan out and become like, practically not touching the surface. The other important thing is actually filling space, because if you want to make things solid, right, there's kind of a better technique to do it. So I'm going to draw a square over here. Yeah, and the advisable way to do it is actually to trace the shape. So we generally would recommend that you follow inward all the way to the point that, it's solid fill. We try our best not to impede on our customers, because we want them to be free and express on their own. But of course, we will give suggestions.
Looks like it's up to me on what I want to make. Test spray 1, 2, 3. Test spray 1, 2, 3. With a blank canvas, I decided to pick up an insight from a self-improvement course I attended previously. I felt at ease in this judgment-free zone. There is no right or wrong design, and I have no doubt that many masterpieces were born here. It was really cool to play around strokes, density, and color. The only thing I was worried about was whether I had enough space to fit everything in. Luckily, my estimate was correct. Here it is, the only design of this kind in the world, only because I cannot repeat it anymore.
It relates back to your childhood where when you were in school and you used to scratch on the table. It feels that way over here. And then you don't need to clean up the mess because we help you to clean it up.
I recommend you try this out because it's super fun for your family and for your friends. 1 hour packages start at 40 Singapore dollars. They come with 2 cans of spray paint per person, 30 square feet of paintable surface and protection gear. Graffiti is a wonderful form of expression, and I'm very happy that I found a place where I can do it without any consequences. And here's a tip for you based on my artwork. When I believe it, I will see it. This is CityJo Leo with Singapore One.
Did you know the word vandalism comes from the Vandals, a barbarian people who ransacked Rome in AD 455?
Wow, that goes really far back. But our next story takes us even further back in time, when dinosaurs roamed around. And our zoo has got some of them. Lego dinosaurs, that is. Let's join Dharmhik and Abby at the Singapore Zoo for their very own Jurassic adventure.
Hey guys, today's topic is combination of 2 things I loved as a child, Legos and dinosaurs. And why are you at the zoo, you may ask? Well, they're having a year-end event and it's named Brickosaurs. And to help me out, I've requested the help from fellow CityJo, Abby. Woo! Well, let's go and check it out.
It is there!
There were a multitude of dinosaurs to be found, from the ferocious, cute, and some even intriguing. But not all of them were accessible to me, like the T-Rex, which is made from over 243,000 blocks, or my personal favorite dinosaur, the Triceratops. But I tried to get a peek nonetheless. Now that I've seen the dinosaurs in all their glory, I needed to know, what do people think of them?
What are your thoughts on the actual structure of the dinosaurs?
I think I'll say it surpasses the expectations. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any expectations, so it was just part of the park. So
I see.
just going through it.
Do you know that this exists also in a Singapore Zoo?
Oh, okay. So it's a surprise to you when you came. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see the brick dinosaurs along the way?
Yes, we do. We saw a lot of dinosaurs, and yeah, there's a lot of trivia questions. Yeah, like how many bricks take to make one dinosaur? Yeah, it's fun, right? Yeah, it's fun.
And how do you all like all the dinosaur exhibits that you all saw so far?
Oh yeah, it's so fun, and we really have to search for it, especially like the eggs. Yeah, really have to look deep when we can see the eggs and some of the eggs, and there's little dinosaurs hatching out. Right? You see it? Yeah. You see it? Yeah, colorful.
How many stars do you rate the dinosaurs? 3. Okay. 3 stars. Have you seen the dinosaurs today?
Yes.
Do you like the dinosaurs?
Yes.
Are you scared of dinosaurs?
I'm not. I'm just not scared of Lego dinosaurs.
Well, do you think the Lego dinosaurs are nice? Like, are they pretty?
They are pretty.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, Abby, what are your thoughts on today's adventure?
Honestly, I came in very excited. And then the starting was actually quite impressive with all the dinosaur statues and structures. But subsequently, it died off after that.
especially the activities, they were so underwhelming that we don't feel like going for it. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that. The activities are not interesting unless you are a really young kid. I'll say if you're above the age of 10, I think you're already like beyond those activities. But I got to say, whoever made those Lego statues of the dinosaurs, amazing. Love it. I'll say it's worth coming down to look at those, but do not come down just for the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are like, a side dish to a full meal. You come down for the park, and then you get to see the dinosaurs. That's great. Come down with a friend, have some fun, you get big jokes, enjoy the park. Maybe you want to go to both the river wonderland and the zoo, even better. You go through both parks, see all the dinosaurs. I had fun. Did you have fun?
I had fun, yay!
Yeah, so with that said, this is CityJo Dharmhik.
This is CityJo Abby.
For Singapore One, and see you.
Thanks for the story, Dharmhik and Abby. That's 243,337 Lego bricks to make that T-Rex. That's really amazing.
Well, you're pretty amazing to remember the number too. Well, now we have a beautifully amazing story about creating flowers in jelly. Hard to believe, right? Let CityJo Bruce let you in on the secret.
What's up, Singapore? Most of you would know that I love flowers. I have lots of air plants, Hoyas, and succulents at home. On Instagram, I chance upon a different sort of flower, those that can be eaten. Today, I'm going to meet Baba Richardson, the creator of this magnificent looking floral art. What is this magnificent floral art all about? Well, let's go find out.
Hi, hello. Welcome to Baba Richard's humble home. Come in. I've always been fascinated by using my hands as a handicraft. In my younger school days, I used to dabble a lot in batik painting and also batik art. So somehow I became fascinated by the idea of jelly, 3D jelly, when I happened to chance upon it on the internet. I was surfing on YouTube. And I saw how amazing it was that they could actually create flowers that look like almost like real flowers. I decided to enroll into a class, and that was an available class near the neighborhood. Then, before you know it, I was taking orders from friends. I was making jelly cakes for my friends' birthdays. But the real story behind this is my mother loves flowers, and we use this jelly making as a way to connect. My mom is in a very advanced stage of dementia, but from very young, she's always been with me. She taught me how to make kueh, how to decorate cakes, how to do stuff. So in a way, I miss that. And now to be able to have her sit next to me to do while I do the jelly, and then to let her, later on taste the jelly and all that, it's definitely a way of connecting. And that has really inspired me a lot more to want to share this jelly craft with more people. So I think there's a lot where we can go with this, sharing with family members, sharing with friends.
Is there a favorite flower you like to design?
Marigolds, actually. There's something very pretty about it. Each petal is unique in its own way. Because of a mix of colors, I could do them in orange, in turquoise, in yellows and pinks. Of course, there are other flowers too that I do, like rosettes, tiny roses, peony, which is my mom's favorite. I've even started creating my own, what we call fantasy flowers.
Okay guys, today will be the first time I'm doing 3D jelly art. Alright guys, everybody knows that I love plants. Today, I've adopted a new one. one that's edible. Look at this. Aren't they fabulous?
At the end of the day, creativity is unlimited.
C.S. Lewis once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." I think today I might have just found my new dream. This is Bruce for Singapore One.
Well done, Bruce. Your flower jelly was rather unique. It's very interesting.
Don't be cheeky, Evelyn. All right, who says that it has to be perfect? In fact, it's really the thought that counts.
You're right. The process is just as important and your effort was commendable, right? Hey, but what about the perfect gift from me? Huh?
Oh, you're talking about my 10-year Christmas present and birthday present? Are you ready to go for a ride?
Who else were you going to offer it to?
Of course, only you, because I'm your knight in shining armor on a metal horse at your service.
Okay.
Hey, are you ready to go for a ride?
I definitely am.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for you today. We want to wish everyone
Merry Christmas.
See you again. Bye.
Bye till then.